Jai Opetaia versus Ellis Zorro, 12 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Of course, this is for a belt. Well, was supposed to be for a belt, but the IBF belt was supposed to be on the line, but he had to vacate that. I think this is still possible for the ring belt, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in that category. But you know how we do it, man. Let's get into it. Let's start with the champ, Jai Opetaia. 23 wins, no losses, 18 wins by way of knockout. Shout out to Opetaia, man. Shout out to everybody over there in Australia. Much love for each of you that support and show love to the channel, man. Opetaia is back in the ring this weekend. Shout out to him because he could have not fought this fight, but he's back in the ring. He fought in September, and now he's back a few months later to close out the year with another big payday, I'm sure. And honestly, it's hard to pass up when opportunities come, man. So I'm not mad at him for vacating the belt. You worked very hard to secure your life after boxing. Yes, you want to be a champion. Yes, you want to be great. All of these different things, man. But at the end of the day, man, you got to be able to take care of you, your family, your loved ones, not just when you're in the sport, but be able to set yourself up after sport as well, too. Sports is a very unforgiving thing. And so when you're on top and when things are going well, man, you got to take advantage of it while you are there. So I'm not mad at him vacating the belt. You got to do what you have to do. Let's talk about his last fight when he fought Jordan Thompson, someone who was getting a lot of love for his performance to date. Thompson is big. He's got good power, got a lot of physical advantages, tools that he's been trying to figure out still. I don't think he's fully figured out how to use all of his physical talents inside of the ring just yet. But, he's learning. He's trying to figure it out. This was also Opetaia's first defense as a champion, and the man looked excellent. He almost closed out the show in the first round, right? He closed the gap very quickly on Thompson and started to unload on him with all types of shots, overhand shots, looping shots, straight to the body, jab to the open area. It was just an onslaught of small things very early that you could see was going to add up as the rounds went on. I thought Opetaia was very cerebral in the ring, man, using his footwork to find openings and giving different angles from switching to southpaw to orthodox. Thompson just did not look like he knew what was coming at him, right? He had not seen this type of skill set, footwork, and ability from a cruiserweight yet that he has faced. Opetaia is the full package, man, and Thompson learned every bit of that lesson when they stepped into the ring. Once Opetaia closed the gap in the first round, it was only a matter of time before Opetaia was going to let his hands go a little bit more and start to really take over and impose his will and ability on Thompson. And Thompson was he was looking kind of bad in the third round, right? He was looking bloody. Right. He was looking slower, looking a little bit more discouraged as the fight went on. 4 rounds. Round 4 came and Opetaia caught him with the left hand that stunned him on his feet. And it was over with shortly after that, man. Opetaia roughed up a guy who was bigger than him, right? A more intimidating figure. And Opetaia just walked through him like it was just another walk in the park, like it was just another sparring match. Right? Opetaia is going to be looking to do the same thing to close out the fight, the show this weekend, because obviously you always want to finish and keep that undefeated record. But I think he's a little bit angry that he has to vacate his belt because he earned it. Man fought Marius Brutus with a broken jaw. You can't take that belt from him. He earned it. Well, obviously you can take that belt from him, but he feels like, hey, you can't do that to me. Unfair. So I think he's going to come in with something even more to prove, coming a little bit angry. So he's probably going to be sitting down on those punches a little bit more, a little quicker. And I just think he's a tough man to beat because he's mentally strong. Man, and a healthy Opetaia can do a lot of great things that most guys in this division cannot do. Movement-wise, skill-wise, athleticism, speed, agility. He's just a tough opponent, man. And right now, he's only continuing to get better and better and better. Again, when you fought a former champion in Marius Brutus with a broken jaw, last 4 or 5 rounds and stood the test, that's a champion mentality, man. So Opetaia is a tough opponent for anyone in this division. Let's talk about his opponent, Ellis Zorro. 17 wins, no losses, 7 wins by way of knockout. This is a big step up for Zorro because it wasn't until last year that he started to fight guys with winning records. You know, he's fought most of his fights in the UK. He was in tough against Dex Spellman, where he would go on to win that fight on points. But I saw some good things from him offensively, man. I think he starts the fights very well. He knows how to keep the distance. Well, against Spellman, he did. He kept it effectively. He got a nice little uppercut that he likes to slip in. He targets the body well. He's put together good combinations. On paper, that was a step up for Zorro when he fought Spellman, and he did pass that test. I think Zorro is a patient fighter who uses his jab well, moves pretty well on his feet. He's a good counter puncher, puts together good combinations. He drops Spellman with a nicely, beautifully timed body shot that put him on the canvas. I also didn't like in that fight, though, how Zorro was like willingly fell back on the ropes and was trying to bait Spellman in to try to catch him, try to make an overcommit, and then you catch him. But that got him in trouble, man. Spellman caught him with a shot that, you know, you could see that he was physically hurt, and he just got stuck on the rope. And if he didn't start moving his head a little bit, man, it wouldn't have been good for him. In the 7th round, Zorro was in trouble again, getting caught back on the rope. Spellman just let go a barrage of shots that were landing, and Zorro was exhausted. The man looked tired. Blood was starting to come out of his nose. It looked like he was ready to go, man, because he had to evade a lot. But to his credit, when he was getting punched on, he punched back, right? And he fought his way off of the ropes, and he was able to survive that round. So I thought it showed that he was able, under pressure, to endure and outlast some storms, right? So it showed he's got that mental toughness and strength, because he could have quit, could have thrown in the towel, but he decided to fight back and get himself the win in the long run. His next fight, he fought Hosea Burton, knocked him out in the 7th round. He too had a winning record. The second winning record that Zorro fought, closed out the show with the right hand that snapped Burton's head and spine back, really. It was a vicious shot, great shot. He didn't come out of that fight unscathed because he got punched up a little bit, man. Again, another fight where he was bloody from, but he did get it done. And so we move forward. In his last fight, he fought Luca Diorentisi. That was another tough fight for him, man. He knows how to use his physical advantages, man. He's a good counter puncher. He slips in very good shots. He slipped in a bunch of uppercuts throughout their fight that landed cleanly. And I think that's a shot that Opetaia is going to have to be wary of, because he's going to try to make that shot connect and connect it often as quick as possible. When Zorro is on the outside, man, that's when he does his best work. He's a big man in a small boxer's body. He likes to use his jab to find his way in, use his footwork to create different angles, but it's when the fight is physical, it's when he has to stand there and trade shots, and he's stationary. That's when he finds himself in trouble, man. So he's not a guy to really be a physical, brawling type of guy. You know, Diorentisi didn't make any adjustments. I was expecting him to be more physical, right? But he found himself chasing Zorro around the ring, and Zorro just put that jab out, caught him with the overhand right, and, you know, that costed him, right? The right game plan and strategy, if not applied or adjusted, it's going to cost you the fight, and Zorro was able to win that fight. So, again, this is still an uphill battle, as I said, and Opetaia is no joke, man. Anything can happen, of course, but is it too soon for Zorro to be taking this fight? Obviously, you know, the payday is good for him, but anything is boxing, right? So he could rise to the occasion and surprise all of us. So can he get it done? So who wins? I think it's too soon for Zorro, man. He's up against a different animal this weekend. A hungry animal who's, even though he's a champion, it made him even hungrier. I think Opetaia is just in a different zone right now, man. Opetaia is going to be too much, and I think he stopped Zorro within 6 rounds. We are going to see how far Zorro is going to go in order to win this fight, because there are times when he's going to have to box. There's times when he's going to have to be physical and stand there and trade, and he's going to have to move off the ropes, and he's going to have to make sure his feet don't get stationary every single round. The other thing, too, is he's only fought 2 10-round fights. This is his first 12-round fight against a guy who's prepared to go to war all 12 rounds and put out punishment, even if punishment is bestowed upon him. I like Opetaia within 6 rounds. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. Before we close out the show, some real quick news I want to share with you guys, man, because it is because of you that certain opportunities are coming my way. Bleacher Report reached out and wanted to do a collaboration on the fight this weekend. If you haven't heard of Bleacher Report, they're a massive sports platform, and they want me to come over after the fight, the Anthony Joshua and Otto Wallin fight. I'll be doing a quick post-fight 30-minute recap on their platform, on their app. I'll be doing the full breakdown on the channel here as we normally try to do. But to hear my immediate thoughts, I'll be doing a stream on their platform. How do you join the stream? Well, I'll leave all the information in the comments below, but you're going to have to download the Bleacher Report app. I will leave my link where you can find my profile in the app. You click the link and it'll bring you to my profile. You hit the follow button and it'll keep you updated when the stream is going to go live. I'll leave everything in the description. I'll also be throwing it up in the community section as well. And I'll keep you posted as we get closer to the date. But if you have 30 minutes on your hand, man, come tap in with your boy and let's talk quickly about the fight. 30 minutes, we in and we're out. So if you got 30 minutes, man, I appreciate if you could join me over there, download the app and tap in for 30 quick minutes. Again, it is because of you that these opportunities are coming my way. So I appreciate each of you that has supported since day one, or whether you just found the channel, man. It's always love, always respect and appreciation. I appreciate each of you. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. Shout out to everybody that continues to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate each of you. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video, this done, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and I'll definitely see you next time.